Went up to 6,000 feet, stayed up for 50 minutes. I do particularly love being above the clouds at sunset. Such a magical experience.
If I say that the world is round and someone else says it's flat, that's worth reporting.
Should we still debate whether the Earth is flat?
Like they used to think the sun went around the Earth. Everybody say that's scientists. Well, he's so smart.
Until other science refuted it.
Right, but back then, like everybody at that time thought that guy was smart. Why at this time do we think that the Earth goes around the sun?
There's an overwhelming science that the Earth was flat, and there was an overwhelming science that
you'll learn over time.
We were the center of the world.
You're just.
So hello there, good people. I am Steven once again, and today I just want to take maybe 2 or 3 of your minutes to try to, to put our minds together and make a conclusion of something. There is this, theory that is going on around, and there is a group of people that believe that we have been lied to a point whereby right now we are being fed up with lies, and we just accept it and we live by it and move by it. There is this thing that really contradicts itself. Like there is this, big body of, wealthy people that came up with the idea of we live on a globe, we live on a spherical stuff. But there is another group now that has come up that differ really hard. They don't believe in that kind of stuff. These people believe that there is nothing like planetary stuff, there is nothing like solar system, there is nothing like galaxies. There is a different, model of creation that God created that is hidden from us. You understand? Number one, there is a vault thing, other name they call firmament, other name they call dome, that is putting all things together in this plane that you are living in, which does not appear in this globe thing, globe and designed earth that we have been taught. And most of the time when we see or view the rockets being launched to space, most of these rockets, they don't go straight upwards, but they go and curve. So number one, a question: where do these rockets curve? Okay. And number two, if for sure we have a dome that is like this covering covering the plane that we are living in, what is beyond that dome? That's another question. And if for sure we have a dome, why will they shoot rockets to that dome, and why do they want to break it? That is another thing, right? Why will they, these public figures, these wealthy people, these strong people, why will they hide the truth from us? These are the questions that we want to really focus on as we begin this journey. Okay, we want to ask a lot of questions as we move on. And for you, my viewers, I'll ask you a question: in which model do you believe our Earth is? Do you believe in a spherical stuff that not earthly, but earthly things, you know, not earthly, like, what am I saying? You know, planetary stuff, okay? The solar system, the galaxies, you know, all these stuffs that you have been fed. Is that what you believe? Or there is, you know, even inside you, your instincts can really pressure you and push you and tell you that no, this is not right, this is right, this is wrong, this is not wrong, you know. Your instincts itself can teach you. But why will we continue to be ignorant when there is this such an awakening, this great awakening that is all over, you know, people trying to now come back to reality. Why are we being lied to? What is this that is being hidden from us that we don't know? These are the questions that we will focus on as we sail on this journey together. So join me on this channel as we begin to seek the truth of these questions that we ask. And if you are curious to know, like the way I am always curious to know. This is a place to be. This is a place to seek the truth and find. Okay? So, we are going, and then there is these other propaganda that there is people that have landed on the moon and all these stuff. But when you come to see the footage of these people landing on the moon, you can laugh. You can laugh until, you know, the pressure in your lungs decreases. Because a movie can be so real than these footages that these people show us.
We can see the visual of the lander module, final phase of the power descent, which is going to be the vertical descent phase, and we are nearing and approaching the lunar surface. We are above the landing site, and the lander module has begun its descent towards the landing site. We are approaching the lander module hovering at nearly 150 meters above the lunar surface. The sensors that are updating at this point are providing confirmation of the safety of the landing site. And we are nearly at zero velocity, vertical and horizontal. We were hovering and now we are approaching the moon's surface.
जी हाँ, आप अपनी स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं कि हम लैंडर मॉड्यूल.
People are applauding.
We have achieved soft landing on the moon. India is on the moon.
So there is a lot of things we're supposed to begin asking ourselves at this how. There is a lot of questions that we need to ask ourselves. And because we have begun this journey, we will make sure that we have gone deep as far as this hole goes. So there's a place to be. Let us in together.
Taking an authority's word for it, and all we're saying is be skeptical. Sure. And while you're being skeptical, there's a bunch of evidence that's totally against the mainstream version. And while you're being skeptical and looking at that evidence, you start compiling more and more of the evidence until you become like me, you know the truth. I don't believe the earth is flat and motionless, I know it is.
There was a lot of things that I thought I knew that now suddenly turned out to be completely different. They can't just impose stuff on us, they have to tell us about it and wait for our consent, and silence is considered consent.
If the sun was 93 million miles away, you wouldn't see that. We see in perspective. That is, the horizon is at our eye level. And as things recede from us, they tend to converge to the center of that horizon line, to a place that's known as the vanishing point. The sun rotates around us and only appears to rise and set because of the way our vision works. Try and watch the following video without the preconception that the sun rises and sets, but rather moves further away.
The images of your world with curves or as a ball are CGI. You've seen those images all your life. They're paintings, they're computer-generated images, or a little of both. Anything with a curve and the Earth is a fake. It's a fraud. You have never with your naked eyes ever seen the Earth as a ball from space. You never have. But you just have blind faith that that's what it looks like.
If the Earth were actually a big ball, the horizon should sink as you ascend, not rise to your eye level, and it would dip at each end of your periphery, not remain flat all around, the horizon rising with the camera level and remaining perfectly flat 360 degrees around.
All the ancient cultures from the beginning of time have depicted a flat, kind of enclosed Earth. So we have this flat Earth cosmology all the way up into the 1900s when a big push was made to live on this round spinning ball flying around the sun. They are basically placing us on a speck of dust flying through infinite space where it was made from this accidental Big Bang. And we really don't mean very much, and everything is kind of an accident, and it kind of leads you into this mentality where things are meaningless. It doesn't matter what you do in life, but the more you research, the more you'll find that you can't prove the spinning ball Earth unless you're suffering from cognitive dissonance and you've been programmed your entire life. All scientific experiments show that we're being lied to about what mainstream science is saying about the Earth.
If a pilot is flying around the curve of the Earth, then he should be dipping the nose down every 5 minutes. He should be dipping the nose down to stay around the curve. That's absolute proof that a plane flies over a flat surface rather than a curved one. A lot of people have these laser thermometers. Now you can actually measure the temperature of the moonlight next to the temperature of the shade of the moonlight, and you'll find the moonlight is colder than the shade opposite from the sun. So the moon's throwing out its own light. The scientific community have not told us this.